Hi, my name is Victoria, and welcome to my YouTube page. Please subscribe to be notified about any videos I create and upload. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as well, all at Yogini Victoria. Today's class, we'll be doing a standing sequence that focuses on balance. Balance encourages stability and strength, and those are all really valuable qualities to have. As one ages, balance tends to diminish, especially if you're not practicing it. So this is a really nice way to begin to integrate some balance into your life, not only on the mat. Hopefully we'll all take finding balance off the mat as well. So for this class, all you need is a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't, that's totally okay. You can do this class wearing sneakers or you can do it barefoot. I just recommend that you don't wear socks because you don't want to slip. To begin, we're just going to stand with the feet together, a little space in between the heels. We're just going to begin by grounding through the feet, really noticing the strength and stability in the feet. So all four corners of the feet are pressing into the mat. I like to lift my toes and press them back down. Maybe rocking forward and back. Maybe a little side to side. Just really observing the stability in your feet. And that will be really essential when we begin to play with balance. So after you find some grounding, just kind of visualize your shins hugging towards each other, the thighs hugging towards each other, so you're really energized through the legs. Your navel is gently pulled back towards the spine. We're going to take the shoulders up towards the ears and relax them back down. The shoulder blades are hugging together on the back as the heart lifts and expands. Just keep your chin in like a neutral position. And then we'll finally take the palms face forward. So we're engaging all the muscles in our body very gently, but it's still a very strong posture. And this is mountain pose. And if you want to close your eyes here, you can, or you can just take your gaze to the ground. I'm just going to take one moment to thank yourself for arriving on the mat today. And then with that little gratitude, we're just going to send the palms up towards the sky. Take the gaze up as well. And we're going to exhale, hug the hands in towards heart center. Inhale, send the palms up. And exhale, release the hands down by the sides, finding Tadasana, mountain pose again. Inhale the palms up. Exhale, hug the hands in towards heart center. Taking the hands to heart center, we're going to interlace the hands, send them up towards the sky. Exhale, press the earth away, rounding through the upper back, belly slightly engaged. This time we're going to exhale, release. Inhale, taking the hands, interlacing them behind the back, pulling the fist towards the earth, opening up through the heart. And exhale, take the hands towards heart center. Inhale, send the palms up. Exhale, press the hands away, rounding through the back. Inhale, interlace the hands behind the back, drawing the soles of the fist package towards each other and towards the earth, opening through the heart. Exhale to heart center. One more round. Inhale, the hands up and interlace. Exhale, press the earth away. Inhale, take the hands behind your back, interlacing them, opening through the heart. And exhale, take the hands towards heart center. So from here, we're going to come to the top of the mat. So just face one of the short ends of your mat, finding mountain pose again. then we're going to spreading the right toes nice and wide, planting through the right sole of the foot. We're just going to take the left leg back. So if you can, you're going to stay up on the ball of your left leg. If this is difficult for you, you could plant your left heel down, but I encourage you to try to keep the heel lifted up off of the mat. And you may need to adjust your stance. So if you notice that you don't really have much of a bend going on in your front knee, maybe you need to take a longer stance. And both hip points are facing forward, both feet are facing forward. The belly is pulling in towards the spine to keep a little engagement of the abdomen. Shoulders relaxed down and back. And even though the feet aren't actually moving towards each other, you want to visualize the legs hugging towards each other like they're magnetized towards each other to really stabilize you through this pose. And then if you're okay here, you could keep your hands on your hips, or you could send your palms up towards the sky, relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears. Even though we're not balancing on one leg here, we're still practicing balance. So this pose is trickier than just standing on 2 feet in mountain pose. So if you're having a difficult time balancing here, you're welcome to grab onto a chair or wall to support you. Just stay lifted through the torso and continue to stick with your breath as well. From here, we're going to bring the hands towards heart center, interlacing them. We'll inhale, send the palms up. And exhale, press the hands away, rounding through the upper back. Inhale, take the fist behind you, drawing the fist towards the earth, continuing to keep the legs hugging towards each other, belly engaged. And then exhale, take the hands towards heart center. And then we're going to send the fingertips back and send the heart forward. So we're coming into what I like to call lightning bolt pose. Keep bending through the front knee, really energizing through the legs. They're actively hugging towards each other. Shoulder blades glide together on the back. And the belly is engaged. One more breath here. We're going to gently bend the back knee and then propel up, coming onto one leg. All right, so now we're balancing on one leg here. So if you can hug the front knee in towards your chest. And if this is difficult for you, you're welcome to just come onto the ball of your foot, of your left foot. Just play with balance here. Okay? We're just hugging the knee in towards the chest. And then let's exhale and release. Good. So switch going to the other side. So let's spread the left toes nice and wide, rounding through the left sole of the foot. We'll send the right leg back in space, coming up onto the ball of the right leg, of the right foot. Again, be mindful of the important points. Both feet are facing forward. Your left knee is over your heel. Bending deeply into your left knee. Belly is hugging in towards each other. Legs are actively pulling towards each other. And I like to bend my back leg a little bit and then straighten it back out to fire up through the hamstring. So once you find some stability here, again, you can use the support of a wall or chair if you need it. Send the fingertips up towards the sky, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Just noticing your breath, noticing the side is a little different, a little tighter, or it's a little more difficult to balance on this side. Whatever you are noticing is perfectly okay. You are where you're meant to be. So let's take the hands towards heart center, interlacing the fingers. We'll send the hands up towards the sky, palms up. Exhale, press the hands away, rounding through the upper back, keeping the integrity through the legs. Release the hand, inhale, lift the heart, pull the fist towards the earth. Very mild back bend through the upper back. And exhale, take the hands in towards heart center. Let's send the fingertips back towards the back leg, leaning the upper body forward, hinging at the hips, belly hugging in, the shoulder blades gliding together on the back. One more breath. This lightning bolt pose. And then we're going to bend the back knee and use that springy sensation here to propel us forward, to hug the right knee in towards the chest. Playing with balance. Option to bring the ball of your right foot onto the ground. You're still balancing there. Notice the strength and stability in your standing leg. And then let's exhale, release it back down to the mat. So we're going to take a high lunge one more time on each side. We're going to add another little balancing variation here. So we're going to start with the right leg planted into the earth. We're going to take the left leg back and coming up into that high lunge again, both feet facing forward, legs hugging in towards each other. If you want to gently bend the back knee and straighten it back out to really fire up through those hamstrings. Hip points are facing forward. Okay. So when you arrive here in your version, whatever that is, today we're going to bring the hands up towards the sky. And then we're going to take them out to a T, so they're parallel to the earth. And then from here, keeping the integrity of the legs and the abs, we're going to begin to twist over towards the right. You can take your palms face forward. Maybe you want to do a little jazz hand, wiggle finger, shake thumb, whatever you can. You can get a little silly. So the twist is coming through the upper body as the hips are square forward. So from here, going to inhale through center. You can take the hands to heart center. We'll gently bend the back knee and rise back up. All right, so we'll do the other side now. Spreading through the left toes, send the right leg back in space. Finding alignment, feet facing forward, hips square to the front of the mat, legs hugging towards each other, core engaged. We're going to take the hands up towards the sky, relaxing the shoulders down. Bring your hands to a T, and then let's inhale, find length through the spine, and exhale, twist over towards the left. Keeping the hips facing forward, inner thighs hugging towards each other. You're doing little jazz hands if you like that. And then we're going to inhale back through center, take your hands to heart center, bend the back knee, and rise back up. So you can stay facing the top of the mat if you'd like. I'm just going to adjust so you can see me. We're going to do a few balancing poses now that require balance only on one leg. So we're going to start with tree. So coming back into Tadasana. Okay. Stabilized through the soles of the feet, legs hugging towards each other. We're going to take the right knee in towards the chest. If you want to wrap your arms around it, you can. So from here, we're going to take the sole of the right foot either to the inner ankle, the inner shin, or onto the inner thigh. You can even take the ball of your right foot onto the ground and just have the heel on your inner ankle. Any of those options are completely awesome and wonderful to play with. The only thing I will say is please don't put the sole of your foot on your knee because that is dangerous. So you're welcome to use a wall or a chair again to support you. Find where it feels best for you to put the sole of your foot. Important things here include keeping the knee open to the right side. If your knee is facing forward and you have the sole of your right foot on your inner thigh, maybe just take your leg a little lower. The height really doesn't matter. Just what's important is allowing that spaciousness in your hips by having the knee pointing towards the right. Press the foot into your standing leg, the standing leg into your foot to help stabilize you. You can take your hands to heart center here. If you want, you can bring your hands up if you like that. Just take a moment, take your gaze down. Let's hug the knee back in towards the chest, releasing tree. And then we're going to extend the right foot out in front of us. Okay? So try to keep your right leg straight. If you find that if your right leg is straight and it's down here, totally cool. Be proud of that. Perhaps with practice, though, you might be able to keep your right leg lifted a little bit higher. Be mindful that your low back is not rounding and that your belly is engaged here as you just allow your right leg to hover, perhaps parallel to the earth or maybe not. And then let's exhale, hug the right knee back into the chest, and then let's release. Whew. My standing leg is feeling it. We're going to go to the next side now. So spreading the right toes, planting the right foot down on the mat, finding tree pose on this side. So you can keep the ball of your foot on the earth, resting your heel on your inner ankle, maybe your inner ankle, your inner shin, or taking the sole of your foot to your inner thigh. Whichever option you choose is awesome. Just be mindful that your left knee is opening up to the left. And that you're pressing your standing leg into the sole of your foot and the sole of your foot into your standing leg. You can take your hands to heart center or bringing them up towards the sky. Belly is engaged. And maybe if you're like me right now, kind of swaying from side to side, totally normal. Trees sway too, but they're still stable and strong. And they don't lose their balance even when some unexpected events arise. Gonna hug the knee in towards the chest. And then exhale, extend the left leg out. Maybe finding it parallel to the earth or just maybe it doesn't come up that high from the earth. Honor where your body is at. Yoga is a practice. It's not about perfection. It's about arriving on the mat. That's half the battle. And once you're on the mat, I think it's important to honor where you are and just to keep practicing. Be patient. Keep breathing, most importantly. And let's exhale, hug the left knee in towards the chest. And exhale, release. And you can shake those legs out. That concludes this short little standing sequence. Thank you all for joining me today in this practice. And please thank yourselves for trying something new. I hope you subscribe and follow me on my social media pages. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know below. Light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.